Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Today we're going to talk about 3 pricing models so that you make $1,000 with your classes or with your programs. So if you're a group fitness instructor and you teach at a gym or you rent space or you do virtual classes or you own your own studio and you want to make $1,000, whether it's $1,000 total in that month, then stick around because we're going to talk about that. Or if you're already making money and you want to make an extra $1,000 on top of what you're already making, we're going to talk about that. So welcome to today's training. My name is Jessica. I help group fitness instructors just like you make money online so that you don't have to teach a bazillion classes. So what we're going to do today is talk about these 3 different models. It's going to be a short training. Do say if you're interested in the Fitness Boss program to make your first $10,000 online, to say boss in the comments. I'll reach out. We'll have a chat in Messenger, and then we'll see if that's a program that's appropriate for you. Okay, so if you want to make $1,000, there's a couple of ways that you can do that. One is going to be to just teach more classes, and your classes are going to vary depending on where you teach. That might not be the most efficient way, but it is definitely one way to do that. If you're teaching at a gym, I definitely recommend that if you're new, do that. Okay, if you're new to teaching, definitely go to a gym, grab some experience. You're going to be paid whether you get people or not. So it's a little bit less pressure. However, if you're an experienced instructor and you want to create a profit, then launching your own classes is going to be much more profitable than teaching at a gym, because gyms just don't pay enough. Right? Say yes if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So if you're launching on your own or you're already teaching on your own, you have much more freedom, right, as to what to price your classes and your packages, and whether to do punch cards or memberships or programs, right? There's a variety of things that you can be doing to create more income. So let's get it down to business. We're going to be talking about some fitness math. If you want to make money, you need to know the numbers. Business is just a numbers game. If you want to make more money and you're just saying to yourself, I want to make more money, I want to make more money, you're not going to make more money. Same thing with growing your classes. If you're just saying, I want to have more students, I would like to grow my classes, it's not going to happen. So the way that your brain works and the way that the world works is that it needs specificity. Did I say that right? By the way, let me know if you're watching. I'm coming to you from Dallas, Texas. If you're watching this live, say live down in the comments. If you're watching the replay, say replay. Tell me where you're watching this from. What formats are you teaching? Like, let me know a little bit about you. I teach 3 formats. I teach Zumba, it's my favorite one, but I can also teach Aqua and Psycho, and I've been teaching for 20 years. So I've dedicated my life to movement, love it, and now I coach instructors on how to become profitable instructors. Okay. So if you're teaching if you're teaching independent, there's really kind of 3 models that most people follow, and that's the drop-in, the punch cards, and the memberships. So let's talk about the drop-in. So if you want to make $1,000, we need to do the fitness math so that you understand how many drop-ins, how many punch cards, and how many memberships you need to get to make it to that 1,000 or to make an extra 1,000. So I'm just going to do this by in a scenario, but you need to do it with your own numbers. If you need help running your own numbers, send me a message, comment on this. I love doing fitness math for other instructors. I love it because it really gives us some very attainable goals. It's like, okay, and it really puts reality into place. It's like, oh, if I want to make $1,000, this is how many classes I need to teach. If I want to make $2,000, this is how many students I need to bring to class. It really brings it into perspective, and then you can create a strategy, right, as to, okay, how do we hit that goal, right? How do we get from here to hit that goal? But if you don't have the numbers, if you don't know how many classes, how many students, how many punch cards, how many memberships you need to get, then you won't get there, right? It's kind of like putting a GPS and just saying, I want to go to Disneyland. It's like, well, yeah, but there's 5 different Disneylands. Okay, the one in Florida. Okay, yeah, but Florida's big, right? It's like which one, we need the exact address to get there. So if you want to get to your goals, we need the exact address of what that goal is, right? So $1,000 can mean many things depending on the different packages that you have. So we have to get specific. So let's say that you have a drop-in of $20, right? Anytime somebody comes into your class, it's a $20 drop-in. Maybe your drop-in is a little bit more, although I haven't really seen drop-ins above $20. I have seen drop-ins below it, right? So maybe yours is a little bit below. But if you're at a $20 drop-in, you need 50 students, okay, per month to make it to 1,000. Now, I will be completely frank and honest. 50 students is a lot of students, okay? So if you feel that that is attainable for you, awesome. That would be one strategy to do. The other is going to be the $50 kind of place. So whether you're doing memberships or you're doing punch cards, I highly recommend that you have something that's within the $50 range. I see a lot of instructors who kind of live in the $25 to $30 range. They either have a $25 or $30 punch card or a $25 or $30 membership. That would be a good price point for somebody who is kind of new to you. Maybe they did the drop-in a couple of times and they're ready to kind of go into a monthly or a punch card or do something a little bit longer. And they come to your classes maybe once a week, right? So like the $25, $30 package would be for your once a week time people, but you want to have something that's at least $50 and you want to move your audience, your students to that $50 space, because that $50 space is going to be kind of like a little healthier business-wise when it comes to making money. And we want you to make money, because if you're not making money, then you will have to stop teaching. And I've spoken to so many fitness instructors who have told me that they had to stop teaching, they had to close their studio, they had to stop like renting space and just get like another job or get like a real job because they didn't have enough people, they weren't making money, right? So it's important that you view your charging not as, oh my God, I'm taking money from people. No, you're providing a service, and the more that you, the healthier your business is, the longer you can provide that service for, right? If you're not making money, you're not in business, which means you will be out of business. Okay. So we want you to be profitable. Your people want you to be profitable. Okay. So something in the $50 range would be, if you don't have something in the $50, work up to something in the $50 range. If you have something above $50, yay, you. Okay. I have met many instructors who have like a $65 membership or a $70 membership. And every time I get to chat with one of you, I literally congratulate you, because that is such a very healthy business practice. That means you need less students to make a profit, which means it's likelier that you will continue teaching because you're making money behind the scenes. Okay. So if you have a $50 something, you need around 20 students to make $1,000. And this is why I like the $50 range, because it's not too scary, right? Where it's like, oh my God, I'm charging, $200 for something. $50 is kind of okay, right? If they're coming to your class twice per week, $50 is a very reasonable amount to charge for people coming twice a week. And you don't need that many instructors, right? You don't need that many students. You don't need 50 students to make $1,000. You just need 20, which 20 is kind of like a normal class, right? 20 is very doable. They might not all come to your class all at once, but as long as you're getting, they're paying you every month, it's okay if your class has like 10 or 15, but like 20 are your paying customers, right? So $50 something, so that you can make $1,000 with just 20 people. Now, side note, between punch cards and memberships are going to be the much healthier business model, because you're getting prepaid for your services, which means that it's on them to show up to class. With a punch card, if they don't show up to class, you don't get paid. So it's going to delay the amount of time that they're going to purchase the next punch card. So that means that every time that they don't show up to class, you're going to be stressed, that like super stressed, like, oh, they didn't come. And now you're like literally looking at people, and that's where all this anxiety comes from, of like getting new students and getting people in the door because of the business model. Okay. So punch cards are a great way to start. So if you were teaching at a gym and you're transitioning into yourself, independent, or this is like your first year that you're being independent type thing, and you're a little bit hesitant to do memberships, that's okay. Do a punch card. That's fine. But just do it for like a year, right? And then after a year, okay, you got the experience of charging, of creating your own prices, of telling people, of using PayPal or Venmo or whatever system you're doing to that. You kind of got your feet a little bit wet. Now you can transition into a membership. A membership is going to be a much healthier model. Back when it was COVID, I was interviewing a bunch of instructors behind the scenes because I was really curious about two things. One, the ones who had packed classes, what were they doing? I wanted to know. And two, the ones who survived COVID, their studios survived COVID. Their virtual classes survived COVID, right? They're still teaching out there and they're creating a profit even after COVID. What were they doing, right? How much were they charging? I wanted to know the secrets behind profitable instructors because I want to spread that word, right? I want to educate other instructors in how to do that so that you become profitable instructors as well, because the more instructors that are profitable, the more the instructors are teaching, the more that we're helping people stay healthy. So I wanted to know that. And one of the things that I learned from interviewing hundreds of instructors post-COVID is that the instructors who stayed in business and the studios that stayed open, 100% of them were doing memberships. They were not doing punch cards. Okay. So memberships is the way for you to create a profitable business. So if you if you have a $50 punch card, great. Transition that into making it a $50 membership. Okay. If you already have memberships, yay, you're on the right path. Good for you. High five. Oh yeah. Okay. So if you have a $20 drop-in, you need 50 students to make it to 1,000. If you have a $50 membership or punch card, you need 20 students to make it to 1,000. Now, this is where things get really cool. If you have an online program, right, it's 30-day, this is what I teach in the Fitness Boss program, how to create a 30-day online program, not online classes. If you take your classes and you post them online, they're not going to pay for this, okay? But they are going to pay for a program. And if you take your classes and you create a $200 program, you just need 5 students taking your online program. Yes. So that is much more doable than 20 or than 50. So that's one way to do it. Another way, and this is for the ones who have been more experienced, or maybe you're personal trainers or you're instructors and you've been teaching for like 10, 15 years and you're going to go all in. If you create a program that's like, say, 12 weeks or 4 months, right, and charge $1,000 per client, then you just need one, right? And I call these people the VIP. So in the Fitness Boss program, you learn to do 2 types of programs. You learn to create and launch your 30-day $200 program. That way you can make $5,000 with just $1,000 with just 5 clients. And we learned how to create that VIP 12-week program that you charge $1,000 per client, so that you just need one, right, at the end of the month. So if you're trying to grow your business, right, and if you're trying to make more money, and if you're trying to double your income, keep teaching what you're teaching, whether you're doing drop-ins or you're doing punch cards or you're doing memberships. That's all of that, by the way, is the revenue that you're getting from one product, your classes, right? Whether they come to your class as a drop-in, or they coming to your class on a monthly basis, or they're coming to 2 classes a week or 1 class a week, or they're coming to the Zumba class or the yoga class or all of the classes, there's still the revenue that comes in, the money that comes in from that is coming from one product, your classes. So once you add a program, right, an online program, so that you're not teaching more weekly classes, now you're getting another revenue stream, another way of getting money from a different product, right? The program product is going to be your premium product. So it doesn't mean that you need 20 or 50 people in it, although of course the more people that you have, the more money that you make, but it's going to be for the people who are ready to take it to the next level. That's why they are open and excited to go premium, to do that VIP, to go 30 days full on with you to create that transformation, or to go 3 months, 90 days, 12 weeks with you to create that bigger transformation. Yes. So if you want to make $1,000, you can do a $20 drop-in. You need 50 people. You can do a $50 membership or punch card. You need 20 people every month. You can do a $200 program, 30 days, like a 30-day $200 program. You need 5 people. Or you can do a 12-week, a $1,000 program, in which case you just need 1. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions. If this was helpful, like this video. If you know of anyone who needs to know more about this, tag them in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.